We'll see what you teleported to with that 9.
Yep.
Alright, Volk, you're the only one conscious at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
The first thing you notice as you manage to use this scroll is the landscape immediately shifts. You are in a place with dying willows, shriveled olive trees, and blackened poplars. The ground is a gray, a shade you've never really seen before, kind of gray, where and as you stand there, or as you stand up from your lying down position, it's kind of squishy beneath your feet. And that's when you hear it. A growl slowly getting closer and closer. And as you turn around, you see a massive wall constructed with beaten gates. They look like these gates look like somebody has come up to them with like a battering ram and have just wailed on them for quite a while, and yet these gates have not broken due to the force. Standing in front of these gates is a giant dog with 3 heads, which seems to be made out of the decaying bodies of people. And it is slowly approaching your location. It appears to have a chain around its neck, but with the amount of loose chain, it seems that it can get quite close, if not on top of your location, if you do not move.
Does it look like it's noticed me yet?
Well, considering it's approaching your location, most definitely.
Well, this is really bad. First of all, I'm gonna bring Damien back to life.
The.
All right.
Shh, 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 shh.
Mm,
Damien, we are not in a good place right now.
I look around and I'm like, what the fuck? Flying? Sound good?
Okay. We should slowly back away from the corpse dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also going to use... So I use 6 points to bring Damien back to life.
Ooh.
I will use... let's see here. I'll just drink a potion of cure wounds. Or a potion of healing big. As I put it. Which is, I think, what? 8d4 plus
8.
8? Yeah.
All right. This process of waking up Damien and healing yourself up with healing healing hands. The dog is roughly 40 feet from you now.
Can we do a religion check to see
I
what
mean,
this
if
dog
the
is?
dog is 40 feet from Damien and we're not backing up as quickly as I would like to, I would absolutely just grab Volk and just start flying as fast as I can. Just like up and away.
All right. I'm going to need you to roll me an initiative.
Oh God.
You get a +4.
Alright. Well, that didn't really help.
All right,
Correct.
Damien, you rolled me a 5
Mm-hmm.
on an
+4.
initiative.
+4. Which is a 9. 0.16.
All right. So, upon seeing you start moving in a manner uh, that would imply that you're going to be moving very quickly, the corpse dog immediately runs at you at full speed.
Oh God.
And looks like you're going to be in combat right now.
God
It is
damn it.
right up to you now.
Did I get
Don't.
my religion check off first?
Do you want to get a religion? You know what? I'll get a religion check.
Mm. 10.
Hey, you know how Maximilian hated snakes? Damien hates dogs.
Big dog hater.
First Hellhound's not fucking Cerberus, I think.
We don't know.
Coded noises.
Yeah. As you really don't know what this is, but it is not friendly, whatever this is.
Really?
I know,
Never-
right?
Never would have guessed.
I know, right? Big surprise. But yes, so it's going to start going after you.
Wonderful.
Give me a second to roll for its attacks.
Oh, it was for Sentinel, by the way. That was the
Yeah.
thing that I was asking if the monk weapons counted as melee weapons.
Oh, okay. All right, so they're going to all three heads are going to attempt to bite you.
Like who exactly?
Bite who indeed? Damien is kind of the one that looks like a cat.
Ah! I hate dogs.
Damien, what is your AC?
Right now it would be 18. My bracers melt when I go unconscious.
All right, Damien, you are going to be taking 23 damage as two of these dogs bite into you.
And I'm out again.
All right.
God
Damien,
damn
you
it.
attempt to fly up quickly away from the dog, and it seems to basically go after you. It seems that it did some poison damage as well, but you are immune to that, so it didn't do any of that to you.
Bad dog.
Volk, you are the only other person left conscious here now.
Great. Excellent. Awesome.
Hey,
Where have I seen
Brian.
this one before?
Hey,
Mhm.
Brian. God, this might be stupid. Is it possible to use blips on initiative?
guess
I've never seen that happen, so
technically-
like,
Technically, there's nothing against using blips on initiative. I'm going to say because we didn't use blips on this initiative.
Okay.
No, not this one, but here on out, I guess it's possible.
okay.
Well, Volk is in one could say a remarkably shitty tactical situation, but when has he ever let that um sway him? All right, I think I have a chance. It's not a good one, but Volk is going to sigh, unsheath his warhammer, and he's going to pray for Helm for deliverance in this moment. For perhaps this is the hour of greatest need. Jumping from quite literally the frying pan into the fire. He is going to strike with holy fury upon the Hellhound, or the Cerberus, or whatever the three-headed undead dog in front of him, with as much might as he can muster, in hopes of driving it off. And you know what, Brian? I'll use 4 blips to make this a critical. So I'm
All right.
So let's see here. It's gonna be okay, because I'm guessing it's an undead.
Well, it seems to be made out of many bodies, so it would be a safe assumption.
Okay. It's only gonna be a 2nd level because I burned all my 3rd levels. But let's see here. We have 3d8 for undead smite, plus another 2d8 for 2nd level. It's 5d8. 1d8 for weapon damage, 1d8 for radiant damage. Double that to 14. 14d8, I believe, for weapon damage.
Jesus.
And let's pray for some good damage.
Yeah.
59 points of damage is delivered upon this creature, just as the first attack. Second attack, 19.
19 will hit.
Alright, I will burn another smite in a last-ditch effort to save my skin and Damien's.
Which I appreciate.
And that will be... Oh, also add +4 to that 59 damage.
Jesus.
Because of my strength modifier. Alright, so this is just going to be damage. 6 bludgeoning, 4 radiant, and... 18 points of radiant damage. Would you allow me to make an intimidation check to scare this dog into submission?
Bad dog, drop it. Holy shit.
I guess I'm up here.
I'll give it to you, but only because you did 59 damage in a single attack.
I will use my 2 blips to give myself advantage here.
Actually, that was 63 damage in a single attack, Brian.
That is 18. That's my last.
18. All right, give me a second. Can undead even be affected by fear effects?
Well, I'm trying my best.
All right. Yeah. As you whack this thing with your mace, and and you basically beat one of the heads into submission. It's like its head's a little down, its ears are pointed back, and the other 2 heads are looking at you with
utter
kind of
shock.
a little bit of a scared expression on their faces, to be honest. And you try to intimidate this thing, and you think you've got through to them how much of a threat you are, but they don't look like they're completely given up right now.
All right.
However, it is not doing anything when it's their turn. It seems to be watching you intently.
Okay, Volk not breaking eye contact with it. Will once again go down. Heal Damien for another 5 points. Ask Damien to get behind him.
Yep. Get behind.
And with a menacing glare, he will continue to stare down this undead monstrosity.
And it will continue to stare down you.
We're gonna.
Its head's kind of moving a little bit side to side, clinking their collars and chains amongst the heads.
We'll slowly. Sorry. I will slowly start backing away, having Damien behind me at the same time.
All right, and as you do so,
I would like to disengage and walk away.
as you slowly back yourself away from this thing, it doesn't stop you, as it does not seem intent on fighting you, because it thinks you can still pull out that much damage with the round. It still follows, but it's not moving quickly. But eventually, it will run out of slack in its chain and not be able to follow any further.
As soon as we get to that point, Damien just flips it off and grabs Volk.
No. Volk,
No!
stop it.
If it's at the
No,
end
no,
of
no.
its chain.
I'm not taking any risks.
End of
Don't
its chain,
take any
Damien
risks.
flips off the fucking dog, turns to Volk and says, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
You do remember, we're in the Grey Wastes. Evil place.
That dog has
fight.
been chained up for who knows how long. I don't think that if the chain was gonna break, I don't think the chain is gonna break, because, and I point back at it, if that thing got loose, whoever's in charge of that thing would be in some serious shit.
I'm not taking any risks. After what I've been
I
through.
grab Volk and I start to fly, just like,
All right, and as you immediately start running away, it's pressing as much weight as it can into those chains.
And I'm flying away at a full speed. Thank you very much, Brian. Up and out of its reach.
Unfortunately, it does not seem to be strong enough to get through the chains, as it is pressing everything it possibly can at it in order to get closer to the kitty cat who just ran away at full tilt.
Yep. And as I'm flying away, I would like to cast Empyrean Touch on myself and give myself another 10 hit points.
And with that, you have the rest of this dying landscape to explore.
We know where we are.
Pluton, right? That would be where we are?
And not only that, but you are at the gates of the underworld.
Ugh.
Not for sure we're fighting that thing.
Yeah, no.
That's a bigger dog.
A bigger dog?
A much bigger dog.
Is it as bad?
Well, it looks dead, so
Pray you don't find out.
hopefully we'll never have to find out. Is this a town that we can as I'm like booking it the hell away from the dog.
Well, you have never really been here, to be perfectly honest.
Well,
Also, let me check the distance.
Oh
That's
fuck.
that's 8 days away
Oh
on
boy.
vehicle.
Um.
So that is like 160 miles away.
Oh
You
boy.
cannot physically see that.
Um.
what
However, what you
can we
can
see?
see is the slope of a massive mountain off in the distance. This thing literally covers your entire view of the horizon in that direction.
I'm gonna guess this is Mount Olympus. But can I make a religion check just to be sure?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Hell,
Yes.
even Damien's
So-
religion might be better.
You know from religious texts that Mount Olympus exists between several planes, kind of like the Styx.
Oh.
But you're not exactly sure which planes, to be honest. You know,
The Greek religion wasn't one of your fortes.
correct. But I'm guessing I would know the folly of trying to climb Mount Olympus.
You don't really remember if it's a good or a bad thing to climb this, to be honest.
You know,
Maybe if you had gone to intercultural religion class once in a while, maybe you would have known. But Helm is the best one, right? So who
look,
needs
I
to learn
didn't
about the
really pay
rest?
attention in religion class.
Well,
Okay.
I would just assume like as soon as we're like completely out of eyesight of the dog, I'll land and we can like kind of gather our things and just be like, hey, so
So, you're probably wondering how we got here.
real quick, I only have 2 questions. Where the hell are we? And what the hell happened?
Well, it all started with me banishing a demon from the mortal realms. Basically, our ambush on the anti-party didn't go well.
Yeah, yep,
And-
no, I was there for the first 24 seconds, we'll say.
Party may or may not be dead, but it for sure is at least 2/3 stupefied because Styx water. Nyla for sure.
Okay, yep.
Maximilian. Gial, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they were bathed in Styx water, along with the Oni and Azralos, I believe. Now you might be asking yourself, how did we get bathed in Styx water? The
Yeah.
answer is, I don't know for certain, but I did hear a gunshot, and then 30 gallons of Styx water started pouring over all of us. So that would lead me to believe that it could have been our very own devil.
What? So, why did he think it would be a good idea
I would have to ask him,
shoot the Styx water?
and I cannot. This was when you were being held captive and were unconscious. Styx water.
Hold on. I was being held captive.
Yes, the Oni held you captive, and was trying to get the party to surrender. Of course, totally would have been okay with it. As much as I hate surrendering, I value your life more.
I appreciate
But
that.
also, Texas Red didn't really give us a chance. after the Styxwater event, I rescued you from falling off of the train, brought you back a little bit. Or Tarun brought you back. Then you immediately went unconscious again. I went unconscious, fell out of the truck. Tarun saved my life. Thank you, Tarun. And the train was rolling off in the distance. I saw you were unconscious. Weighed the odds of waiting to get captured in Wandering Hell versus maybe a nice stay at an inn in Death of Innocence. So I used our last scroll of planar travel to get us here. And Volk will fill Damien in on any details I may have not mentioned.
Not Death of Innocence.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Magic is a fickle thing. And perhaps we are somewhere else. For sure we're in the Grey Wastes. Where exactly, I couldn't tell you.
And you can just see that, like, since you said that Texas Red didn't give you a chance to surrender, Damien has very slow, like, he's been quiet, but very, very slowly, just like you see, like, the silent rage just building and just, like, and, like, he's just angry, like, furious right now.
Be that what it may, we are in still a quite dangerous situation. Do you have any experience reversing the Grey Ways?
Yes, but no, but
All
The
right.
thing about the Grey Waste is that there's a lot of portals in the Grey Waste, and that's how you can get from layer to layer and location to location. That's how we at least did it.
Brian, we're surrounded by trees, correct? Willows, if I remember correctly.
Yes, you're kind of based off the ground's texture. You're kind of like in a, I wouldn't say swampy, but the soil is definitely uncomfortably wet.
Gross.
There's dead willows about. There's dead olive trees about.
Is there just a stick on the ground?
Poplars about.
A stick on the ground approximately 1.5 feet long.
If you wish to break off one of the dead branches of one of these trees to make yourself a stick, you can.
I would like to do so.
Alright, it requires no skill check because these are dead trees.
Excellent. Volk will go with the tried and true method of praying to Helm, placing the stick in front of him, and letting it fall wherever it may. And that's the direction we're going to travel.
Alright. Is this a spell or is this just
This is just bullshit, Brian.
Okay. I wasn't
But
sure
he's praying, so.
Alright, roll me a D100. Perhaps Helm can reach you in this
Abysmal.
dead place.
I mean, it's not Avernus, so we might have a chance.
4.
Not with the 4.
What are you talking about? That's below my character level. Divine intervention, baby. Helm's hand grabs us, says, "Man, you guys are having a rough go of it."
You guys
And
are
then
fucked.
deposits us at
You
Death
just
of Innocence.
hear in your brain, "Well, here, family, repeat," and then you don't hear the repeat.
I think it's a sign. All
Well.
right. Which way did the stick drop?
Which way did the stick drop? Yes, well, the stick
Points to the
dropped
mountain, points to underworld,
towards
or points to
the
literally.
The east?
the
All right.
east.
Well, Celestia, here we come. uh, let's start walking.
Well,
And-
I hope we can find something before we starve to death. I do have an emergency food source, but
we
but
can't
I would.
eat Torun. He'll just disappear.
All right,
Also,
but
you can
Torun?
only have supplies that you would have had on your person during that fight.
I would have had no supplies on me. Besides my small amount of gold and soul coins, which I kept on me from the last time we were teleported.
I mean, I still had my bag of holding, so I don't know, like.
You will need. I'm gonna need you guys to roll me a survival check.
Sweet.
You want to
Why
both the
am I
roll it?
still rolling public? There we go. I just rolled a 15. If you would like to roll one.
I would rather not.
Alright, so with that 15, as you wander off towards Mount Olympus, you occasionally will see the skeletal bodies of wildlife. If you would wish to kill them, to eat them, you may. You see some plants with fruits off of them. Some of the olive trees, but also bushes with what looks like berries of some sort. If you would like to pick those.
Can I do a religion
And
check
then
about eating food in the
finally,
underworld?
you can see that there are tons and tons of worms, gray worms, if you would like to eat one of those. Although, just as they are like foot-long worms with the faces of people.
Yeah, no, I'm not into that.
We'll put that on the emergency list.
Add another emergency to that.
Brian, can I make a religion check real quick to see if I remember anything about eating food from the underworld?
Well, we're not in the underworld. We're
15.
in Bhutan.
Something about not eating pomegranate seeds.
Okay. Excellent. As long as it's not a pomegranate, we're totally cool.
What's a pomegranate?
I think it's like an animal.
Okay. As we're walking, and I made the comment, hey, you can't eat Torun, he'll just disappear. Torun, if I dismiss you, would you go back to Avernus? Like, would you, like, poof back there? Yeah? Because you're a familiar, right?
Torun thinks about it for a minute and says, I think so.
If I do that, well, first of all, I'm gonna do that in a moment. But then I'm gonna try to summon you back right away, just to see, like, where you go, and give us an idea of, like, where in Avernus you go. Because it'd be real cool if you could go to the Brown Citadel, like, immediately, but, like, you know, I get that. So, I'm gonna try that, alright? Alright. Dismiss.
Alright. Do you want me to have something before I go or anything
Well,
like that?
I'm gonna summon you back, like, immediately.
This is just a test.
Yeah, this is just a real quick test.
Oh, right, but like, how are you gonna summon me back?
I'll ask you to come back. And then you should come back.
So
Because
not with
Griner can
magic
do
or
it as a
anything?
bonus action.
I think he means because you need a component to summon a familiar back.
What?
You don't have any magic to summon familiars.
Yeah, but it's
Torun
just...
just signed a contract with you.
The thing said, like, though, that it was, like... As a bonus action, you can summon him back.
Where is this?
Under the Find Familiar spell.
Do you have the find familiar spell?
Well, I mean, considering that I have a familiar, I would hope that I would have the Find Familiar spell.
You don't have the find familiar spell. Because you aren't a spellcaster.
Hey, Volk, do you know how to cast Find Familiar by chance?
No.
Hmm.
Seems like a real Maximilian thing.
You got
Last I saw, he was lying in a pool of his own blood. So,
being a familiar
That's a no.
is something that an imp can do, but without the find familiar spell, it only works as if the familiar is there.
so if Toru dies, he dies for real?
No, here, if he dies, he just goes to Avernus.
In other words, you can send him away, but he has to take the long way back.
Okay. Fuck. Well,
Do
hold
imps
on.
have
Give me a minute.
any- Do imps have any special way of traveling between planes or anything? Something that we might not know about?
Sorry, who are you asking this?
I guess I'll ask Torun. How exactly would you travel between planes if you perchance had to take the long way back?
Well, it would probably be very long, but I would probably use portals and whatnot.
How do you know which portals to use?
It's kind of luck, but when you're someone like me,
Can you
it's
say that
a
again?
Vator.
I didn't hear that.
I said that, because I can't really die unless I'm in Bator, so, it's a little bit of trial and error, but, I mean, there's also a bunch of, asking about, seeing, which portals the other imps have used.
Interesting. You're telling me there's some sort of information network. Interesting.
Huh, that
Yes.
might be useful in the future. We might use that.
Thank God we know about it now.
Yeah.
I mean, here, I guess the best source of information on portals, as bad as it would be like the hags.
Oh, I remember the hag. I hate the hags.
Because there's lots of hags around.
This does seem a rather haggard place.
Damien's distracted, going through his stuff. He'll pull out Texas Red's wanted poster because he doesn't want to see that fucking stupid ass mug again, and he's very angrily writing a note to Dragath.
Also, please kick Ben for that stupid ass pun.
You can
No.
silence
No,
me,
he
but you
knows what
can't
he
silence
did.
the truth.
He knows what he did.
So, yeah, well, Damien is digging through his bag. Tarun, can we ask you to survey the surrounding area? Look for any structures or signs of civilization. Something along those lines.
I guess. I mean, I'm not as fast as Damien, but I could do that.
Well, if we're ambushed, I would rather have Damien here.
Especially
So
while I'm
let's-
writing a note that takes me a little bit longer than it should because I haven't written anything in years.
I'll do that.
And Torun just kind of flies off.
All right. Excellent. I got a good feeling about this direction.
Actually, no, I did write in that giant to dwarf book. You still got that? How's that
Of course, I
working
still
for
have
you?
it. It's hard to read.
All the pencil mark got washed out. It should be fine.
You could say that. Oh, technically, I do have some water, Brian. I have a holy water spray bottle.
To keep all the undead dogs at bay.
To use on Nyla.
To use on Nalia.
So I'll
I'm
ration
not
the
quite
water
sure that works
between.
right now, but you can try.
I mean, I'll just use it as a source of water. And I'll ration it between Damien and I. Because I'm pretty sure Tarun doesn't need water.
Torun does need food.
But I mean, if we're sending him away the first day, then. Oh, by
Yes,
the way,
it'll-
Torun, you might want to ask Dragath to give you like a bag of holding or something, so you can get, you know, rations and water and supplies and stuff for yourself. 'Cause, you know, being with
Please repeat that.
you might want to ask Dragath if he can give you a bag of holding so you can have supplies and rations and water for yourself for the trip back.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I think I'm done writing this. Volk, would you like to proofread this just to make sure I didn't spell anything wrong or anything like that?
I suppose I can take a look at it.
Alright, there you
You used a lot of passive voice here. And your
go. I don't know what any of that means.
subject
okay.
verb add your structure could use some work.
Okay.
Little known
okay.
fact, God of Law, also God of Grammar
Hmm.
Laws.
Very useful. If only I knew what you were talking about. Anyway, as long as it makes sense.
Volk will make slight critiques to it to help the grammatical structure.
Okay. And I would like to roll it up a little bit, tie it off with just like a very nice little bow tie kind of thing, and just hand it to Torun like, okay, give this to Dragath, and, you know, if you
well,
have
if
anything
that's
to say
everything
about
else-
how absolutely incompetent and terrible Texas Red is, or to like get us out of this situation any faster and help us out in any way, I would appreciate it.
Well, because I'm an imp, anything that I say would probably be taken negatively.
Oof.
That's very true, Torun. You should stick with what the note says. Follow the law.
Okay.
If you need gold, I'm sure you can sell some information.
Purely
the
about
party.
Texas Red, not about the party. About Texas Red.
Okay.
Um,
Well, if that's it, I guess I'll be going then.
All right, good luck,
God,
Torun.
I'm gonna miss you,
You
buddy.
are going to be able to find us, correct? You can like hone in on Damien's scent or something. He hasn't showered in a while.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay.
You imagine how
Torun.
bad that mask must smell? Ugh.
And Torun just poofs
Ah!
to a cloud of smoke.
It's okay.
Like a
It's
like
okay.
a
My
See
circus,
you
buddy's
again.
gone. My buddy.
like
he's
a
coming
very
back.
early black and white movie with poofing props.
It's okay. It's okay. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back and save us. And give us a fucking sending stone so we can talk with Dragath and, you know, get the hell out of this place. But okay. Okay, we're good.
All right, and then you are alone.
Well, we still have each other.
I
The
figure
two
out where the
best
fuck he has been
friends.
hiding in my belt pouch or whatever, and I just hug him, just like, ah!
So I would say normally you would have to roll 2d4 to figure out how to not get lost here. However, considering the thing that you're walking to is
The largest thing in this area.
One of the only things that we can actually see.
Instead, I'm gonna need you to roll me a d8 to not run into an encounter.
I'm not. Fuck you!
I rolled an 8.
God damn it!
You run into an encounter. As you wander through this the dead forest, your boots squishing against the soil. You hear the sound of cackling. A night hag is somewhere in this
Damn
area.
hags.
And a few 100 feet more in towards your destination, and you see her. She's got what looks like a picnic basket full of worms that are sticking their heads out screaming, and anytime that one of them tries to jump out, she closes the lid of the basket a little bit more, and she turns towards your direction. And as she does so, she does a double take and starts walking towards your direction.
Look, I'll be honest, I really don't feel like fighting. If the hags have any idea of where the portals are, do you think we might be able to just talk to her and ask her if she has any idea where the nearest portal to, like, Niflheim or Sigil or Bator, preferably Avernus and Bator?
I can certainly try.
I would appreciate that.
All right, Volk will address the strange creature in front of him. Say, "Greetings. We are, as you may have surmised, a couple of lost travelers."
I know you, don't I? Yes.
Oh
yes,
God.
You?
Oh God.
You're the great followers of the Darrow God, aren't you?
Can I roll a religion check on the Darrow God?
Check? Yeah, what the fuck is the
You
Darrow
may
God?
roll a religion check. You have
5.
no idea what she's talking about.
I mean, I'm certainly a follower of a god. I'm not familiar with the Darrow God you're talking about.
I swear, I would remember that face anywhere.
My
That
face or...
dragonborn folk. You're the one who went and summoned the god. How'd you do it? I need to know.
Summon the what now? Can you explain the...
Hold on. The blue dragonborn?
Yes.
I kind of look over at Volk like,
Like, what are the odds, right?
it can't be. It can't be.
There are a lot of blue dragonborns out there.
When approximately would you say this Darrow God got summoned?
It'd be more than a week ago.
Hmm.
That might be us. Kind of trying to think about it like, yeah, that might be us. Shit.
Well, we are certainly members of his party. He is currently indisposed to us.
Yes.
As I've mentioned before, we are a bit split off from our group. I can certainly explain the events of that day in return for perhaps a bit of a service, if that would help you.
having. I'm not going to pretend I'm not a night hag. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been so rude. My name's Granny Gravedirt.
Ah,
I'm
And
Damien.
yours would
Nice
be?
to meet you.
the name is Volk, Paladin of Helm.
Well, it's, let's say, I'd be interested in forming a kind of business relationship. You know, you help me, I help you, and all that. After all, someone of your group's power could be quite useful. You say you wish for a destination to Niflheim, correct?
I believe my exact wording was we want to be on the doorstep of Death of Innocence.
Oh, what a coincidence! I have business there.
Oh, beautiful.
Is it to pick up another batch of gray worms?
Well, I have a note to give, but unfortunately, due to my fiendish nature, I'm not allowed inside. But if with your help, I might be able to deliver it.
Well, as long as it's just delivering a note, I can certainly see no major harm.
Insight check. That's a bit of character growth right there.
Gross.
I know, right? 24. Is it just a note that she wants delivered, Brian?
There's something going on.
Hmm.
But it does in fact seem that she does want to deliver a note.
Sus, but I'll trust you.
Well, trust is a strong word. Maybe we'll believe you for now. But
Sure.
if you are suggesting we deliver this letter in return for you getting us transportation to Death of Innocence, that certainly by all means seems like a fair trade.
Well, I mean, if I just wanted to go to Death of Innocence and get a message delivered, I could, but you see, it's not the same if you don't deliver it in person.
Ah, I see.
Well, we can get whoever your intended recipient is to come out of Death of Innocence and meet you. Would that work?
Would work, indeed. Alrighty. Well, if we're all in agreement, then
I really don't like the way you said that, Brian.
hold this old woman's hands,
Mhm.
and we'll go quickly off to Death of Innocence.
And she raises a hand that's all old and wrinkly with with long nails, and she raises it towards Volk. And the other one with the basket still draped around her elbow will reach up towards Damien.
You know, I've certainly done weirder things. And Volk will take the Night Hag's Granny Gravedirt's hand.
Okay, so since you changed the terms of the contract, Brian, to say you can't leave any plane rather than layer, this wouldn't be infringing on the contract, right? Since we're still in the same plane, we're just in a different layer.
I mean, technically, according to the last message that you wrote, you're in Niflheim.
Oh, well, I would have. That was me thinking that we would be in Niflheim. I would have just said we're in Hades or
The Grey Waste.
this same thing.
Not to me.
We'll consider this you're up Schitt's Creek, and you need to paddle. But until you get permission, you're not really allowed out of here by every means.
Not allowed out of Pluton or not allowed out
Yeah.
of the Great Waste?
The Grey Wastes.
Okay.
So it like I can willingly go with her if like since we're going to Death of Innocence and that's on the same level. This is like I can go with her and it'll be fine.
Sure.
Okay. I will go with her.
And I guess the two of you will grab her cold, clammy hands and pop outside of Death of Innocence.
Holy shit. I mean, I thought we would have a little bit more like travel time or whatever, but like so that way
I mean-
you could tell us about this Darrow? What was it called?
The Darrow God.
The Darrow God?
You can guess by the way that she says it. It is a god of the Darrow.
What is a Darrow?
Roll me
Considering I know I rolled a
knowledge
religion check,
history check.
I think it's a ghost.
God damn it. 18?
You think you have heard of Darrow. You've never seen one before.
Like, this is me, Melissa, not knowing what a Darrow is. Like, I
It's-
want to say it's like a fish folk. Is that accurate?
Man.
It's some kind of underdark thing.
Okay. So it's not like a... What is it? Kutoa or whatever it is?
No, it's not a Kuatoa.
Okay.
Isn't that a type of bionicle?
Yes.
You guys are releasing the gods of bionicles into the world.
No, you know that the Darrow are some kind of underground folk who live in the Underdark.
Okay.
You don't know anything about what their god stands for or what they're like, considering you've never really met any of them.
Yeah, the only experience Damien has with the Underdark is fucking going through the palace of the or the abandoned palace of the god of the one of the gods of the Underdark. So, all right. Well, that's fun. Who was your intended recipient of this letter?
Yes,
Miss
let's
Gravedigger.
see. A Davis Crombry.
Davis Crombry.
We don't recognize that name.
Would I recognize that name as someone who's literally investigated the entire town?
You don't particularly recognize this name without a check.
I will try to
What that-
make a
what
check.
What that tells you is that they weren't really considered a suspect during that investigation.
Well, they weren't a suspect in the investigation.
With that 12 in history, you might have...
Okay.
Granny Gravedirt, is there any information you can perhaps give us
talked
upon
to
this
some
person?
Crumsbury.
is there any information you can give us on this person, on this deal, perhaps that would allow us to bring him out easier?
He's got a beard.
Okay.
Uh,
And he's a-
unkempt fellow. And he is a dude, that is true. Good catch there, my fine shifter fellow.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I try very hard.
Cromsbury.
Cromsbury.
If you
Like
look
the
for
cheese?
the wrong person, you're not going to find them.
You never know.
All right. Well,
Uh,
we will be back with Mr. Davis Cromsbury. I assume you'll
David.
wait out here then, because
I'll be out here, because I can't go in and everything.
that's understandable. Brian, I would like to walk up to the gate of the force field around the town and kind of just knock and be like, "Hello, is anyone here?"
So in case you forgot, there's like the force field around the town, and then further inside is the actual walls of the town.
Oh, gotcha. Well, isn't there like a outpost or something like that they cast Moonbeam on you, and I absolutely hate
Yeah,
every
that'd be-
fucking time.
That would be the walls around the town.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we can go through the anti-fiend barrier.
Okay.
No issue.
Gotcha.
So let's go through it.
All right. We will be back, Granny Gravedirt.
Nice person, that hag.
All right, I'll be right here. And remember, if you don't follow through, I will go and find you.
I mean, we're not that
So-
difficult to find, so like, you know.
Yeah, you can just team up with a
I'm
long list
hoping
of
that
enemies.
you're nice and decent fellows.
I mean, Volk, like, she's got us there. Like, come on.
Oh, I'll follow through, all right.
Mhm.
All right, let's walk up to the gate once again.
Hello.
Who goes there?
Long-time travelers and once friends of Death of Innocence.
Dude, I've been here like 3 times. You should recognize me by now. I'm kind of a unique face.
Ignore him. Folk will find Paladin
Alright,
of Helm.
I'm going
Return
to attempt to
Death of
roll a
Innocence.
history check to see if he recognizes Damien, and version of Damien he recognizes.
Well, Damien hasn't actually changed that much. Especially not
Oh, he
since
just
the
grew
last
some
time
giant
that we
wings.
were here. No, the last time we were here? That was after the wings.
You. You're the one who failed to save the children, aren't you?
Yep, that's why I didn't want to do that.
I'm also the one who saved your goddamn town from the fire. So don't give me
Okay,
that
can we-
shit.
David, can you just use your ice hands on yourself? I'll handle this.
Look, I'm having a very bad day. I want to
You-
get into this goddamn town. They're gonna cast
You
Moonbeam
say
on me,
that,
and I only have 15
but-
hit points, and I'm gonna go unconscious again because of the stupid Moonbeam.
You say that, but an investigation showed that there was a firework in the forest.
And I look at Volk like, told ya, not my fault.
And
Be
there
that
was
what
only a select few people who had access to fireworks.
Yeah, literally
we-
every single one of the kids in town when we gave them the sparklers. Thank you very much.
But since you, I guess, helped us for that fire, guess I could let you in. Just stand over there just to make sure you're not pretending to be someone else.
Fucking hate this goddamn Moonbeam.
Take your lumps,
Cast
Damien.
Moonbeam.
I've taken my lumps too many times today, Volk. This is a very long day.
You get a +4 to your saving throw. Is it wisdom based?
All right, only a Constitution saving throw.
God damn, it's Constitution. Ha! Oh,
Uh,
but I have fucking disadvantage because I'm a sifter. Ha! Even better!
all right, you're going to pass.
19.
Technically, you would get a +4.
All right,
Plus
so the
four,
two of you are
23.
taking 8 damage.
Ah, I lived!
Right. Simple enough. Have we proven our worth to you? We are no shape-shifting creatures.
Hello.
It has been a long and tenuous journey to get us here. We would appreciate entrance.
Yes, yes. Come on in. Come on in.
I seek audience with the mayor. Can you let me know where the mayor dwells? Last I was here, she was in a pseudo coma.
A not good
Oh,
state.
she's in the same building she's always been in. Considering you've been here for a while.
I mean, realistically, we haven't been here that long. Maybe like 5 days. But I suppose I thank you. I will leave you to your duty to guard the town. Thank you for your service. And then I will start walking towards the mayor's house.
All right. You'll start walking through the gray town, the gray town. As you move through the streets, you can hear the sounds of windows clattering shut, doors being locked, children hurriedly being shoved into houses.
Like, I understand the first time, but this is the hero of Death of Innocence.
Yeah,
And
they
his
do
companion.
this to all strangers.
I mean, they kind of... Are we strangers if they know exactly who we are?
Eh. I mean, it might
I won't
take
take
them a
it.
while to actually recognize us.
As you continue moving through the streets, it is quite obvious to tell that you are newcomers, considering that you still have coloration in your bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as you move towards the mayor's house, you can see that there is somebody over there.
Who is it?
I don't know. Why don't they describe themselves?
Oh, gross.
What, you got a problem? Let me grab my other headset real quick, just so I can actually talk a little
Man
better.
had 45 minutes to prepare.
Oh, over that, an hour and 15 minutes. Wow.
While he does that, I'm just gonna crack over my second Mountain Dew so I can have the energy to remain awake.
Jesus, Brian. It's not even noon.
Alright, there's a loading screen in front of the mayor's house.
God damn it. Thought we upgraded. Thought we had a new system.
What's the
Unfortunately,
inspirational text at the bottom of the screen? Or like the tooltips and hints?
you wish that you could read it, but it seems to be in some kind of script you can't.
Huh.
Unfortunately, if you had paid the DLC, maybe you would be able to understand this garbled script.
Damn it, I spent all my money on horse armor.
Okay.
But that's skin,
Well, as-
though. It was a rare legendary skin.
So I guess as you walk up to the mayor's house, you see something you probably weren't expecting in this place. There's just seems to be an ASMR sitting there. I'm assuming I'm talking with the mayor at this point.
Yes. And you can see that the person he's talking to is Viliki.
Oh shit!
Vilki-
Oh shit! I hide.
Filky was the.
The sick wormy lady.
Oh, she's much better now. That's good.
I
Oh,
hide
that's
so
good.
she doesn't see me because I don't want her to turn back into a worm again.
Roll me a stealth check.
Advantage because I got a cloak. 25.
Jesus Christ.
You
I
look
just-
to your
I
right and you
step
find a
behind Volk.
barrel, and you jump into it. And
Just
then
like
you kind of just like, kick out the bottom of the barrel, and you just start following Volk in the barrel. And every time she like kind of glances up from her conversation, you just like put the barrel down quickly and put the top back on.
I just imagine it's one of those things where just like you see Volk and Damien walking up. It cuts and you see Vilki talking with the Sasmar, and then it cuts back and you just see Volk kind of looking around, and then it pans to the side and you just see the barrel just like shaking slightly.
Your eyes like peeking out or something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, please continue describing your character.
Yes.
As you see, talking to the mayor, it is a rather tall individual. Like, actually, I don't. Someone who obviously doesn't belong. It's an ASMR and some nice gold and dark colored armor.
Oh, you still have color?
Yeah, I haven't been here very long.
Noted.
Very flowing black hair, but no hat, you notice.
Hats are silly anyway. Okay. Is that your character?
1 second, I mean, it's not much more than just an ASMR wearing some nice fancy armor, looking normal. He doesn't really look anything especially special for an ASMR.
All the ASMR I've seen, this one is
The most average.
sure is one.
Look, I know he doesn't have the long flowing hair, but that's what I got so far.
You mean high generic human? And
Yes.
his eye human.
Yes, exactly.
And
All
Same.
right.
Doesn't look
Yes,
anything-
this shining example of a standard Asimar is having a conversation with Viliki, who will, upon seeing Volk approach, kind of nod her head in recognition and seem to finish up this conversation.
Volk
By the
will
time
try-
that you are within 10 feet, this conversation seems to have ended, and she turns towards you and says, "Welcome back. As you could see, I'm doing much better thanks to your efforts and Damien's, whoever he might be."
He is uncomfortable seeing you in person. He feels quite badly about the fact that you were catatonic due in result of his and party members' actions. So, in an interest of your health, he is staying back away. However, I will let him know that you value his presence.
So, what brings you back to our small town?
I wish I could say it was under better circumstances, but once again, we have jumped here out of the jaws of death. Unfortunately, we had quite a conflict with a horned devil, an Oni, a frog named Philippe, and a devil, another just a regular barb devil. and
I'm,
they
I'm sorry. Did you say an
ambushed us.
oni and a frog?
I
A Philippe?
am certain you are aware of these villains that we had run into.
You have not disposed of them yet?
I did not know the party is quite locked into a contract, being tied to hell. If anything, I do not mean to worry you, but I should bring it to your attention because you are aware of this criminal called the Oni. That it has allied itself with a horn devil who has a great grudge against the party. But that is not why we are here. I did not mean to come to your town to bring more troubles upon your back. But I did come to inquire about your health, because I was concerned. But I am happy to see that you are doing much better.
Yes, just a word of advice the next time you come over here and ask about my health. Please don't tell me that the fucking monster that went and killed our children is still alive and running around with more powerful beings. Oh dear.
It would not be. There's no good to hide the ugly world. I'm sorry if my upfront personality has caused you some distress, but I truly believe that ignorance is no source of bliss. And if it is any consolation, the Oni has been exposed to the River of Styx, and I believe is in no state in taking any further hostile actions.
But I guess that is some good news. At the very least.
More than anything, we just saw Death of Innocence as a known safe harbor for Damien and myself, and we simply wish to catch our breath here after the loss of our party. But as a side note, no, actually, well, if it's okay with you, we'd like to set up a meeting for later after Damien and myself get settled. I would like a chance to get some of the Styx water and devil blood off of me.
Yes. I can, find you some board at the inn.
Of course, we can pay for it. We're not some careless adventurers seeking to take advantage of your goodwill. I think we can find it on our own. I believe you already have enough worries. Well, we shall stop by later in the approximately gray o'clock. It's hard to tell
Boo.
because the sun never sets or rises here.
Yes, the sun never sets on the Gray Empire. All right, well, if thank you for stopping by. And good luck.
Thank you. We'll be back to chat later. And we
Anything we
will
can
start
help
to
her
walk
with?
towards the inn.
Just a barrel starts following Volk.
Starts. Roll me a dexterity.
Are you within 10 feet of Volk?
I don't know, but I have a +7. So, a
All
booyah,
right.
bitch.
A barrel just starts, just sprouts legs and starts walking behind Volk.
Lion legs.
Viliki would be confused, except this disguise somehow works. And nobody but Volk can see this odd sight. For Damien is too stealthy.
I'm a stealthy boy.
Although there is the strange sound of 2 sets of footsteps and only 1 person walking. But stranger things have occurred here in Death of Innocence.
Then once we get
Something
to the
about
inn, like I'll just park the barrel like right outside the door and just like hop out and just like, okay.
Weird that you chose to hide in a barrel of lutefisk, but I guess not my choice.
I mean, look, I didn't have many options when I was panicking. I'll be honest. I was panicking a little. Didn't have very many options to go with. I just chose the first one that was right there.
We need to get you a bath.
Sure.
Does Damien not like baths because he is a cat?
No, it's more of the last time Damien had a bath was in Avernus, and if I recall correctly, the water is always boiling hot and smells like piss. So.
You don't remember correctly because it was in a demiplane.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one. You know what? No, so far I'm 50-50 on whether baths are good or not, so I will give it another try.
You've only taken 2 baths in your life?
Well, I mean, since I've been, dead. Baths at home were fine.
Strange.
Because they were in these nice little, like, thermal pools up in the mountains. And, like, it was always, like, super relaxing. Because, like, the water was always real nice and, like, warm to hot. Yet, like, the air was cool, so it was nice.
That's nice. Oh my god! He's massive! Alright. Volk and Damien will go into the bar and see the old weathered face
Davos!
of this man.
Hello, Davos.
Doran.
You're right, Davos is dead. Doran! I was looking at the wrong line on my character of Planescape sheet. Yes, Doran, hello. Good to see you're
Welcome
still
back.
alive. How's life?
Blissfully quiet.
Ooh. I can only imagine.
Well,
How have you been?
not dead.
Today,
Well,
absolutely terrible.
sort of dead.
Yep, still dead. Today, absolutely terribly. Since I've last seen you, not too bad.
Been a long day. Do
I
you
would
have? We'd
love
like to
a round
get
of
rooms
the gray
at
stuff.
this inn.
We got, yes, we got some, old gray stuff, new gray stuff, this gray stuff, that gray stuff. Which one?
You know what? I've already had all of the old gray stuff. I want a little bit of the new gray stuff today. And as my companion said, we also do need rooms for the night.
All right. Well, I'll say, because you've been here a while and helped us out a few times. Say, 3 copper for the drink and a silver each for the room.
Done. Also, could you perhaps tell us where we might find David Crombie.
Davis.
Davis?
Davis.
That was David.
Nope.
Davis Crumsbury?
Yes.
Now that you mention it,
There's that old catchphrase.
I think there might be a hobo by that name.
A hobo.
Wandered in, didn't seem to be anybody didn't seem to be anybody who was a shapeshifter, at least by our testing.
Well, I mean, you guys gotta check out that testing, though. Like, the first 2 times, it absolutely fucked me up. But, like, this last time, I didn't shift. It didn't force me to shift. So, you guys gotta test that, like... I mean, 2/3 of the time, yeah, it works. But, like, that last third, like, that can be dangerous.
Damien, I think
You're
it's been a very long day. Why don't you... Damien has had a very long day. He is very tired. The town guard is surely doing everything in its power to be sure that the town is very safe.
Mm-hmm.
And for sure has the utmost
out.
faith in its magical abilities.
That is 100%.
Damien is just exhausted.
I am.
And we've had an extremely long day. We would like those drinks now, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And as he gives the drink to Damien and the second one to Volk, kind of leans over towards Volk and says, he was joking about that not always working, right?
Of course.
And he's kind of like pointing or like poking at his teeth, just being like, I don't know, maybe they did elongate a little. Like, I was already shifted for the day, so I wouldn't have shifted. Never mind, it's not the moonbeam.
Look, we have been quite literally to hell and back. It would make sense that Damien is not firing on all cylinders.
Also,
all right.
It is very early in the morning.
Could we also... Do you know the popular spots Davis Crombie likes to hang out at? We have a letter for him.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, I'm not quite sure where he's staying at, but it's not any of the inns. Though I have seen him about on the streets occasionally.
All right. How large is the homeless population here? I don't want to just go accosting random homeless people.
Well,
that's Tuesday's goal.
It's not very high, to be perfectly honest, considering if you're homeless and you're here, you typically end up losing hope to the point of becoming a worm quickly.
Ah. All right. Well, Damien and I are going to have a talk in the corner. If you could bring a couple of drinks over, we will surely compensate you for them. Come, Damien. Let's have a talk. Are there many other patrons in the bar?
As always, this place is pretty empty. There be like 3 people around, but not many.
All right. When we're kind of alone, we have our drinks. Volk will address Damien in a hushed tone, perhaps, so as not to be overheard.
Hello.
Get out of here.
Awake?
Nope.
Volk will bring up to Damien. Do we go to the mayor about Davis Crombie?
I mean, I don't see why.
I mean, that seems like a fair point. I would not want to be the result of turning her into a worm.
I mean, why would he turn her into a worm?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, all we
I
have
feel
to do
like
is
having
get this guy to go
stress.
to the gate to meet with the granny.
Call it perhaps a divine notion, but I have a feeling that a good fate does not await Davis Cromsbury. But
I
I
mean,
guess suppose we don't
he
know.
doesn't have to like go out of the force field. He can just like, she said she wanted to see her face to face, right? Like, he can be in the force field and she can be out of it, and that's still face to face.
All right.
So like, he doesn't have to.
Also, he said hobo and not homeless person.
Oh, so he roams from town to town.
Yeah.
Are there trains here? We
Not really. No.
should catch we should catch a train. All right. I think we should, before we rest, we should find and deal with Davis Crombie. Yes, I know. I know. I know. We made a promise, Damien. How bad could it be?
But I mean, like, she can wait a little bit. Like, if we told her we
She
would
can't
do
wait
it,
8 hours.
We didn't. Oh, fine. I'm just gonna finish bleeding all over this chair over here.
Please at least wipe up some of your blood.
I'm not a bad guy. Of course I wipe up some of my blood.
I feel like having a bunch of blood spilled on seats is kind of triggering for some of the people in this town, considering their experiences with demon blood.
Well, only 2 people have experienced the demon blood. And plus, this is fresh humanoid shifter blood, not demon blood. This is red. Demon blood
Don't
is
act right.
more of like a black. Ish.
Anyway, let's go find this hobo. We will scour the streets. Damien, use your survival. Track the hobos.
I grumble and get up and try tracking the hobo.
Alright, you will attempt to find this hobo. As you move about, looking through the alleys and the emptied streets, you will find a few worms with human faces. But it will take a little bit before you find what looks like a human with a dark beard.
Excuse me. Are you Davis Cromsbury? Cromsbury?
Who's asking?
I'm Damien. That's Volk.
We
Real
were
quick,
asked
Brian, were we actually
to-
given the letter, or were we just told to bring him to the edge of town for her to give him the letter?
You were told to you agreed to bring him to the edge of town so that she could give him the letter.
Gotcha.
Would you mind accompanying us for perhaps a little while? We can provide payment for you.
Sure.
Okay. We'll start leading him to the edge of town then.
Alright. You will start leading this man over to the edge of town. Back in the direction where you left Granny Gravedirt.
Mm-hmm.
As you As you leave town, the same guards are still in their positions, considering you hadn't really spent an exorbitant amount of time here. And they'll kind of nod, and that one guy is kind of giving the side eye to Damien as he leaves.
Damien just doesn't bother. He's just too tired to deal with it. Just, fuck you.
And, yeah, you will leave this side of town over to where Granny Gravedirt is standing.
I believe this creature has a message for you, Davis.
Give me a second. Huh. So, Granny Gravedirt, her face, her mouth widens into a evil grin as she pulls out from her many folds of clothing a small letter. As she moves it, you can hear the sound of metal clinging. Perhaps there's coins inside this letter. And as she turns towards this man, she just says a small sentence, which is,
Thank you for everything, Davis. Here you go.
and she'll hand him the letter. Davis,
Our
for his
deal is
part,
done.
looks a little confused, but isn't not taking it.
Did it look like she cast a spell or something?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Yes, Arcana. Damien is definitely skilled. 5.
Not to your knowledge.
Alright. Our deal's done. We're good. Davis, you good? Granny, we're good? Alright.
Now, but I'd be more than happy to help you guys. Considering everything you've done.
We appreciate the offer. Perhaps can we put that on hold for a little while? A favor in the future, perhaps, when we are in dire need of it.
Of course. You'll have to pay that with a favor in kind, as per the usual agreements between hag and mortal. But you know,
I assume if we are in the Grey Waste, we shall be able to contact you.
actually, not normally. I normally reside in my abode in the ghost.
In where?
In Phlegathos.
Where is that?
Why do I know that name?
If you want, you could roll me a knowledge religion check. Or
Oh, don't
knowledge
worry.
plain.
Can we roll both? Bam!
Can I roll planar?
24.
20.
That is one of the layers of hell.
Oh, what a coincidence. Is there any way, perhaps, that we can contact you? Maybe a simple scroll of sending, perhaps? Or anything of the sort?
Why, yes. Yes, there is.
She will turn away from you for a little bit, and it sounds like she's casting spells. And then she'll turn around, and it'll be a button.
Dibs.
Just stick this on an article of clothing and then turn it 3 times around clockwise. And that'll send a signal to me.
Oh, I can't do that. I fiddle with my buttons all the time. Volk,
I will
you
take
got
it in.
But whatever you do, don't turn it counterclockwise.
Stick on clothing, turn clockwise 3 times.
What happens if you turn it counterclockwise?
Bad things.
What kind of bad things?
Bad for you.
Bad for you?
You, not me. You.
Well, why would you warn me if it's not bad for you?
Well, because I value your group,
Oh,
and everything you've done.
that's precious.
It's a 100 on a D100 wild magic table.
Yep.
Right.
Speaking of us and our group and the things we've done, would you tell me more about this Darrow god? I'm interested to learn of the abilities that you have seen, or at least heard about, all the stories possibly that you have heard.
Strange that a bunch of Darrow cultists would summon their god and then not check in on the results of their chaos. But all right, I'm not going to question it. Well,
I mean, we haven't exactly been back to the mortal plane to check in, so.
Ah, yes, that does make sense. Well, as the Darrow god, he's the, I mean, I'm sorry, I should be saying his name, but I mean, not really a practitioner of gods of beings not myself, so pardon me for my rudeness. But, he did his standard thing. Honestly, I'm sorry. This we may take this the wrong way. I wasn't even aware that the god was real, to be honest. I'd always heard that Darrow were like beings created by mind flares or something. I had no idea they had a god. But yeah, you went and came in through a portal of some infernal cultists. And as you left, you corrupted their portal. And out came the god of the Darrow. And, he was pretty upset, to be honest. But, as he was clearly prepared for this, he took the town over. As the god of loyalty that he is. And, yeah, suffice it to say that the town's inhabitants are no longer people, but are a Darrow. So, congratulations on all that. Honestly, I'm a little curious as to how you somehow broke the barriers of the planes in order to allow that to happen in such a short amount of time.
We are very powerful magic casters.
Surely you must be. And,
but
that's
unfortunately,
why
that's all the time we have for today. So I'm gonna go back to the inn and sleep for a week. So,
Very well. Well, if you need me, I guess you can spin that button. I'll be off.
Counterclockwise. Got it.
Clockwise.
Oh.
Clockwise. What are you thinking? The things that you could do if you turned it the wrong direction. Why, it could be disastrous for everybody.
I mean, we're gonna try to do that, right? Like.
Yeah, Brian, for sure you're gonna have to make it. Be sure that's not just like some arbitrary threat. Like you're actually gonna need something.
No. Like that was Damien saying that to the hag. Like, obviously that was also Melissa saying that, but like Damien is obviously saying that to the hag. It's like, know I'm gonna try to
if
turn it
you
right.
do turn it the wrong direction, it's not on my head what happens, that's for sure.
Okay, but is it just one turn in the wrong directions, or is it the full 3 turns in the wrong direction? Because, like, if you're just, like, randomly fiddling with, like, your button, and then you turn it, like, half a turn the wrong direction, it's kind of a bad, fail-safe, or not fail-safe, it's kind of bad design, like, magically, just 'cause, like...
You think that I would design it where if you happen to trip, it would go off? Oh, no, it's gotta
Possibly,
be a
that's-
full turn in the wrong direction, a whole way around.
Gotcha.
Which is why you shouldn't do it,
Full
because
turn,
it's difficult to
clockwise.
accidentally do that.
All right. I
Gotcha.
think this is enough. Damien, we have to go sleep our blood back in.
Yes,
Um,
I do.
Thank you once again, Granny. We appreciate your service.
Alright, well, if you
Hey,
need
well,
anything...
real quick, what's her full name? Huh? Huh, Volk?
What?
What's her full name?
It's Granny Dirt Digger.
No, it's not.
Granny Grave Digger.
There you go.
All right.
Wrong
No,
again.
no, it's actually Granny Grave Dirt, but you know.
Dang it!
You
I
were
was so close.
You were close. I'll give you that.
Granny Gravedigger was my mother.
Oh,
Ah.
I'm sure she was a very lovely night hag.
She did horrible things.
Ah,
Oh,
as,
yes.
as you would expect. Well, nice to meet you, but I have to go, not die, so I'll be off.
Alright then.
See you later, maybe. And
We
I walk away.
we
Wow.
leave.
And
We
she'll
leave
just,
Granny?
turn around and totter off.
What does Davis do?
Davis is reading the letter while you were having that conversation. And he is not looking very happy. But as soon as you turn towards his direction in order to see how he's doing, he immediately crumples the letter up and shoves it into one of his pockets. And he starts walking off quickly away from you.
You know, that's super sus thing to do.
Not our issue. We've done our job.
No, I know. But if Nyla were here, she would absolutely go and pick his pocket for that letter.
Once again, thankful that we're not Nyla.
Yeah.
Also, you're forgetting Nyla has 1 intelligence and
That's
can't
true.
read. And you think it's just a base instinct to steal
mean-
everything?
I mean, for her, it might be. Because, I mean, like, day one that I met her, she stole the gold off of our tour guide, so, you know.
Alright, let's go back to the inn and to put a note on this hellish day. If the bard's there, I say we sell him our story.
You know what?
So you can't get much more of a comedy of errors in our last 24 hours.
I agree with that. What was that Asimar doing here? Like, what the hell? Like, have you ever seen
That was
Asimar in
strange.
hell?
But I just kind of went with it because I didn't really understand it.
Yeah. It's not really our place to butt into their conversation, so, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure if like they came up to us and asked us of something, we would totally help them out. But right now, I'm just like, my blood is outside of my body, sleeping it.
Puts it back in.
Yep.
Pretty nice. Alright. Let's go say hi to Doran.
Duran. And let's have some drinks. Let's have a toast to the ones we've lost.
Who'd we lose? I mean, literally
Nyla.
all of our party's intelligence, so, you know.
The party's intelligence, Mazran, not that we know it. I'm just saying the entire party's dead. Because I don't think the
Yeah.
Oni They gave us a chance to surrender. We spit in their face. Sorry, one of us spit in their face.
No. I will toast to every single one in the party except for Texas Red. There we go. And Torun, because, Torun's still alive.
Of course. To Maximilian for apparently summoning a god and probably getting us in a lot of trouble.
Oh, we're fucked.
Oh, how is that any different?
I know.
Just add it to...
We already have one god who hates our guts. Now we might have two. Technically, we might have,
a lot?
Like a half of a god. Well, we also have Urzil Taxco, but I don't think he hates us. I think he thinks that... Or, I think he dealt his punishment and he's done with us. I can hope, at least.
At the end of the day, let's give a toast to the ones who are dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because for sure the party is dead and we'll never see them again.
Absolutely. I'm gonna miss you all. He was a good guy.
I'm gonna miss Maximilian. He was starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
Nyla,
He actually
as
started
much
talking
shit as we
towards the
give her.
end. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Weird when he cast 5th level Chromatic Orb Twin Spell.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
I guess we all make mistakes
I mean,
in the heat of
I
battle.
felt like that was kind of like a... there were so many better options that he could have done that just... It was a choice. Yeah, he made it. It was a
You know
choice.
what? And I'll say it. Nyla, not bad. I know it's a bit of a taboo here, but she's been
Not the worst.
pretty on her toes
Yeah.
since the Duke of Thunder saved her soul.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on her tail. Because,
Man, I remember
toes.
she still is missing the tip of her tail.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, only 6 inches.
That's like half a foot.
She's
a significant
17
chunk.
feet long.
Still, it's the tip of the tail.
True. If someone chopped my tail off, I'd be pretty mad about it.
Schrodinger's Nyla. She exists in both an infinite amount of length because no one will actually measure her.
Huh.
To the ones we've lost and the ones we left behind.
Mm-hmm.
I
Cheers.
propose a toast.
And I would like to pretend to get drunk because I cannot actually get drunk.
Folk will mostly just get a little buzzed. And then, when the day is done, we'll go to our rooms and rest.
Mm-hmm.
Unless anything happens while we're drinking. And super approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Have we just been in
All
our
right.
own...
Well, you are pleased for someone to approach while you are slightly drunk and approachable go unanswered, as the people here do not appreciate hanging out with strangers, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, that's fair.
Well, our day certainly couldn't get any worse.
I just stop mid drink and I just look at Volk why? Why would you even put that karma out into the world? This is hell. Hell hates us.
Well,
Before it does, I'm going to bed. Once again, I call top bunk.
alright. You and your stupid flying wings. If I had a giant metal bird, none of this would have happened.
Doubt that.
Yeah. Which room do we get, Brian? The
The
firebombed
The
one?
one with the bunk bed.
You can get the bunk bed one, yes.
Awesome. We'll take the bunk bed.
Shh.
I'll set
Alright,
an
I need
alarm
you guys
bell
to
on the
roll me
door.
D8. And then counter roll.
Ha!
Alright. No encounter.
Sweet.
Fuck.
Your sleeping is restless, but good enough that you can get yourself a short rest.
Awesome.
It has now been a little over a day since you have been separated with the party.
I'll roll some hit die.
regain any short resty things while I update the scheduling.
It's enough out of you, Damien.
A lot of hit dice.
We were missing a lot of health.
I know.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll roll. And then last one. Just for that last itty bitty hit point. Okay. Alright. Just short rest my character.
Honestly, even if I use all of my hit dice, I don't think I'll be able to get up to full.
Well, I mean, we have much going on for us.
Alright, well, we'll see.
I certainly don't plan on leaving this town until we've had a nice rest to recover ourselves. But I can't imagine anything that would happen that would make us leave this place.
Especially not before Torun gets back.
Yes.
Yep, still not at full. That's wonderful.
Well, you should have thought about that before you died.
Well, maybe if somebody would have given me a few more hit points from their lay on hands, maybe I wouldn't have died the second time.
We all know that wouldn't have happened. And it wouldn't have helped. Alright, let's go downstairs. We don't have anything else we're doing today.
Yeah.
We have enough money to last us for a while. At least 3 days for us to rearm and repair.
I mean, we could try to do what we were doing last time we were here and get some work just to help supply or help pay for our stuff, just so we're not burning through all of our reserve money.
That's a good idea.
What would you like to do? First, actually, you head down the stairs, down into the main room of the inn. In case there was somebody who wanted to show up.
The ASMR you saw earlier is sitting in the bar waiting for you.
Waiting for us?
What?
Wild.
Decided to come in the morning after you slept, not before.
I mean, I appreciate it.
It's not like Damien's gonna be in any better of a mood.
I'm pretty sure it was like literally as you were saying that you're approachable. I literally said to Brian that I was coming in the morning. But yes, the ASMR flags you down as you come down. And come over and sit with him.
What can we do for you, stranger?
Hello.
Well, first I want to introduce myself. My name is Simba. And
That's a weird name. I like it. My name's Damien. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Damien. How about you, fine sir?
Name's Volk, Paladin of Helm.
I do want to say, you guys looked pretty rough yesterday when I saw you. What happened to you?
Fought some devils. Didn't win. Didn't die.
Fought Cerberus.
Fought Cerberus. That was cool.
Fought him into a stalemate.
Got ran over by a train.
Yeah, that was rough. You could say we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hell of a day.
Yeah.
Well,
We did just lose all of our companions, so that is a bit of a downer.
Well, that's no good.
But you
I-
flagged us over here, not for us to lay burdens upon you. But
Oh, I came here for a specific reason, and as I was asking around, it seems like you guys may have been to where I'm heading. I'm an individual who seeks out knowledge, and I came here because I've heard rumors of Char's palace and what that there may be some hidden knowledge still there. And I've heard you guys have been there.
if you seek your death, then that is about the only thing you can find in Char's palace.
Yeah,
The knowledge stores are all but drained,
Yeah, it was pretty cleared out when we went
and it is
through.
infested with undead wraiths.
Yeah,
That seems
race,
like-
shadows, zombies, a real big scary shadow demon.
Information I had said there might still be some stuff there.
We were just there last month, so we can give you this information for free. You're not going to find much of anything there. Certainly no more tomes of forbidden knowledge.
Yeah. Most of that was already cleared out by the time even we got there, and that was a month ago.
It seems to be slightly disappointing. I came all this way expecting to maybe go there and look around a bit, but if it's that dangerous, we all have to rethink that or find some people to travel with to it.
People to travel with, you say?
Have you ever been to Mechanus?
Have you ever been to the Nine Hells?
Or
I have
Akron.
not been.
Or Gehenna?
There's a whole world of evil planes that we've been to and are semi-experienced in.
And I'm sure that they have plenty of knowledge.
If you're looking for traveling companions, we can always bring you along. You certainly look to be able to hold your own, despite your flashy armor. After all, you got here somehow.
That's not that flashy.
I mean,
Didn't you say it was gold?
yeah.
It's mostly black with gold accents.
This guy's fucking trimming armor.
I mean,
Ban.
come on, Ben. Like, I give you an entire picture to look at. Alright?
I can't read. Look at that. That's flashy. Super flashy.
Yeah, it is
Also-
kind of flashy.
Also ban the member. He said he was gonna gold trim my armor, but he just stole it.
Yeah, so if you want, we just lost our entire party, and we are kind of looking for new people to travel with. If you are interested.
We can't say it's going to be easy or any less dangerous than traveling to Char's palace alone. But you can at least have a couple of people along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's, traveling companions at the point, I feel like I don't know too much about this place, so that might be useful for now, at least.
It is.
I can help you out. You guys can help me out.
Unfortunately.
Where did you come from specifically? How did you get here? You still have your coloration, so...
Well, I came here from Sigil,
Interesting.
a pilgrimage to seek knowledge.
Through a portal, perhaps?
Yes.
Well, would you still remember where this portal was at?
And you probably backtrack to it, but it's a good ways away from here. Been traveling a while in this area, not too long, but for a bit.
We...
Okay, we still know where that portal to the Dustmen's place is.
Yeah, but we don't have any Dustman disguises.
True.
If we could perhaps use this Simba's portal, then it would certainly navigate the need for deception with the Dustmen.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, but that is neither here nor there. We're currently waiting on an imp to come back to us, so we can have,
Confirmation that we can leave.
yes, confirmation from from Damien's boss.
I mean, he's kind of your boss too. You have a contract with him.
pseudo boss.
Yeah.
He's your direct boss. I just owe him a favor. But that's neither here nor there. The long and short of it is, we're waiting here for a little while we wait for to regain ourselves. If you are...
You're just gonna sit around the whole time, or?
Well, we're going to make ourselves busy. Perhaps get a bit of gold for some effort. I believe last time we were here, Damien went out and chopped some lumber.
Mm-hmm.
I had planned on visiting the temple that I had
Shrine.
pseudo reconsecrated. We can give you some time to think over your choices. We'll let you know. We'll be back here every night, if there ever is a night, in the tavern. And we can talk over this some more, but I wouldn't rush you to make this decision to join us. It is a rather difficult one to make.
I'll take some time to think about it and let you guys do what you came here to do.
I mean, we already did what we came here to do. We came here to, survive.
Yep, mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if there's nothing else, we obviously will split the party because that is the only reasonable thing to do right now.
All right. Let's say hypothetically, I don't give you Torun for a week. What will you guys do for that week?
Volk would first check on the temple, see how reconstruction is kind of going there. Then he would try to integrate himself into the town guard, because he knows there is a possibility of a weak point in the fiend defense system, and he would try to help train them to better respond to fiendish and otherworldly threats. And maybe worship Helm a bit, just on the side. And we'd also like to sing "Make a Man Out of You."
All right. What is Damien doing?
Well, I was gonna go, chop lumber, maybe. Maybe hunt a little. Just provide some possible sustenance for either myself or, sell it to Doran so he can make some food. I'm a pretty simple dude. If anybody needs any help around town with any construction projects or anything like that, I can use my carpentry skills in that way.
All right. Well, there's some carpentry needed for this temple that's being constructed.
You know what? Sure.
How handy are you with carving?
Well, I have carpenter's tools, and I'm proficient with them.
Okay, so you're not proficient in wood carving.
Not really, but carpenter's is putting buildings together.
Okay, so at this point in its construction, you probably could help out with the roof. The walls have been mostly constructed by this point.
Okay.
But they're also looking for people capable of carving symbols of gods. But
I mean,
your
I can
ability,
try.
you won't be able to do that. Okay, well you can try. Otherwise, there are always houses that could be built or walls that could be patched up.
You know what? I'll try to do the symbols of the gods. Someone will have to draw them for me because Damien doesn't really know gods too well. But I think that I could probably work at it.
All right. Yeah. Roll me a. Well, do you have a skill for carpenter's tools?
Yes.
Roll me that with dexterity.
Oh, with
And
dexterity.
don't add proficiency. You're not really proficient in carving things.
So it would just be a dexterity check then. 10.
You do an okay job carving some things. They're probably going to later on have somebody who knows a little bit, who has a little bit more skill in the finer details come back.
I'm just like getting like the rough impression in there, so they know, or so they can like help, like kind of like rough it in, just so you know, like it's still like editable.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Okay.
You think you've done a job. Simba, what are you doing during this time?
I assume he's trying to go around and seeing if there's any. Well, I mean, he'd be asking a lot of questions of people, just trying to learn kind of the lay of the land. He only recently got here.
All right.
Probably try to find some odd jobs just to help around to keep himself busy and make some money. Not really great with physical labor, but he can help.
All right. So you're kind of just doing a bunch of odd here. Well, I don't want to say busybody, but you're kind of like asking a ton of questions.
Or I guess
he's gonna ask about the area as much as possible. Maybe find Volk and Damien again as they're in the bar and just kind of ask them about like some of the places they've been, trying just to learn more about things they may have learned.
Sorry, you had a question, Melissa?
Never mind.
Okay.
I guess some of the things that I could tell Simba is just like some of the stories of what has happened since I have been in hell, working with the contract, and just like I assume I would kind of get like the understanding that you're more looking for like magical stuff like that, or just like any type of knowledge.
Everything. I mean, they would prefer, magical based stuff. That's kind of a specialty more, but anything. He seeks all knowledge.
Yeah, so I think some of the stories that I would tell him is of for one, when we found the Merilith, and there was like that entire ritual to try to summon the demon lord, that may or may not have gotten interrupted. Tell him about like when we visited Mad Maggie and how there was an entire ritual of reliving someone's memories, and like the whole process of like copying down the memories and stuff like that. Just like stuff like that. Oh, so the first time I was here, there was the dude that Adeline killed and took over, Avernus. And he had like a bunch of like a library basically. Brian, would I be able to like point or like point Simba in the direction of where that was, just in case he can find any like
I could read it.
books or something like that?
But if I remember correctly, it was swiftly looted and raided afterwards.
Oh.
Possibly by the Oni.
Gotcha. I tried.
Quick question to you, Jake. Simba, are they a sorcerer as level 1 or a cleric at level 1?
Or sorcerer at level 1.
Okay. That explains why you have less proficiencies than you should have. Okay. 1 second while I remake your character. Unless you know what, I'll be nice. I think at level 1 cleric you just get more shit than if you got level 1 sorcerer. Actually, it depends. Do you want the Constitution save and the Charisma save, or do you want the Wisdom and Charisma save? That's the bigger thing, I guess.
I guess I give the wisdom and charisma.
All right. Anyway, back to the game. All right. So you guys spend a week working odd jobs around the town.
Mm-hmm.
Damien helping to attempt to carve things and doing a little bit of construction work.
Mm-hmm.
There's Volk working on the temple. And then there's Simba, who's just kind of doing a little bit of everything. In total, you guys make yourselves, I'll say, you guys make yourselves a solid 20 gold.
Woohoo!
More than we
over the
had.
course of a week.
Mm-hmm.
How many soul coins though?
0.
Rats.
This is a town of living people. They don't go and make soul coins.
Interesting.
I know, a little disappointing for you. But yes, so with that, do you want to... What do you do now? You still have not had any word from Torun.
I mean, we don't have anywhere else to go. It would be pure folly for us to just rush back to the... We can't travel to any planes without...
Me getting in trouble and turning into a Lemure.
Yes. So our only choice is to wait for Torun to come back.
Unless we wanted to do something stupid and, like, go to the Palace of Shar just to show Simba of everything that's not there.
So, I mean, I guess we're just kind of... We'll just wait.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes the most tactical sense to do so.
Alright. You will continue to wait.
Look, these people are... I don't know how I'd make a man out of them. Difficult, not easy, and their guard work is sloppy.
Alright, yeah. Wait another 5 days before Torun finally shows up.
God. I think the last few days, they definitely would have noticed that Damien's slowly becoming more and more anxious over the fact that it's taking so long.
Well, I mean, you're the one who knew that he would have to fly through the Great Waste in order to get back to you.
No, like, I realize that, but, like...
He's an imp on a mission.
Yeah.
Also, we'll probably need special permissions to let him into town.
Yeah, he can...
There is no... Or, wait, actually, no, there is special permissions. Yep.
There is. He can telepathically talk to me when he shows up, and then we can go to Vilki and say, hey, my imp familiar is here. We need to let him in.
Alright, guess what time it is? It's time for. Have you guys failed a corruption check?
Ugh.
16.
I would like to stand right next to Volk as I make this check.
You cannot.
Fuck.
I mean, I'll be there for moral support.
Oh, thanks.
I
11?
say that so technically Volks is less than a. Volks is actually like a 12, but both of you pass.
Hey.
Your number, by the way, is on the bottom. So yeah, you guys are like 13 days ahead of the rest of the party. Congrats.
Get under scheduling. Okay.
Yep.
Nice. We really should have just waited out the rest of Damien's contract here. Just go to the Winchester, have a pint, wait for this all to blow over.
Yep.
Yeah, another 100 and some days. That'll be
There are
really
worse
fun.
ways to spend 100.
All right, Torun, given permission, flies in like a
Bat out of hell.
bat out of hell. No, not even a good enough description right here.
Imp into Hades.
Like a
Cat
like
from
a
a dog.
child, like a child hyped up on sugar, running
Oh,
towards a
God.
can of soda.
Oh god. That's dangerous.
As Torun barrels in there.
Damien does like the
Basically-
catcher's
basically collapses
position, just like
on
ready to catch him.
Damien. Says,
Wait. Here you go. Here's your permission.
Oh
We
sweet.
gotta go. Now.
Alright. I will run over to wherever Volk is and figure out where Simba has been. We gotta go. We got permission. We gotta go. Don't know why,
What
but
what is going on?
I don't know. Torun's out of breath. He says we gotta go. We gotta go. Let's go.
Where? Where? When?
I would assume to Sigil, then to Avernus. Giving him a break because it's gonna take us 3 days to get to the portal, but you know, we gotta
Well,
go.
it's gonna take us possibly longer because we gotta go through Simba's portal.
True. Either way, let's go.
All right, can we get an explanation first? Damien, you might jump well into danger, but I'd like to have more information first.
Well,
Tarun,
he's
When you catch your
in the
breath,
process of having a heart attack, so you know, give him a minute.
when you're finished, please tell us what you know and why we must make all due haste.
We say as we are now. I'll hold Torun, but we are trying to figure out where Simba is.
Oh. Yeah. The other group, the like Azraelos and all of them, they got the contract that takes us right in, and they're trying to fail it, and well, apparently a big people are in charge of it, the fallen angel of Avernus, and
Oh,
and the princess of hell.
oh.
Like we're part of the creation of the plan, and the anti-party figured that out, and are planning to pretend to be you guys, and fail it on purpose. And well, suffice it to say, if they complete it before we do, you're going to be punished for the rest of time.
Simba, where are you? Simba, we gotta go.
Interesting. Interesting.
So here's the commotion and kind of stumbles back, kind of curious on what the hell's going on.
So let me get this
grab your
straight.
stuff. We're going.
The anti-party has our, or more specifically, Damien's contract.
No, they have the mission, like all the supplies that we were supposed to pick up that Texas Red told us literally nothing about. That.
Oh, so they have the package that we were trusted with.
Yes.
And
They're gonna fail that mission under the, basically as us. Like, they're pretending to be us and gonna intentionally fail the mission, so we get blamed for it and get tortured for all time because, you know, the ruler of Avernus and the ruler of the third layer? Nope, that's Mammon. The fourth layer? Real quick, Brian, which one's Glazia the ruler of?
Glacia is the ruler of the 6th.
Yeah, the ruler of the first layer of hell and the ruler of the 6th layer of hell are the ones who apparently put us on this mission. And if we fail this...
Created the mission, and you guys
Yeah.
just happen to be the sad sacks to get it.
Yeah, they're the ones who are... They created the mission. We were supposed to figure out, or fulfill the mission. If we don't, they're gonna torture us for all of eternity. Because, you know, rulers of layers of hell are kind of powerful.
well, that's not good.
Yeah. So, grab your shit and let's go.
Simba, can you remember where that portal is?
Yeah, I can take. Excuse me.
Bless you.
I can take you guys back towards it.
How far away is that portal?
It's a good ways, but not too far.
Is it more than 3 days? Because if it's more than 3 days, then honestly, we might as well just go through the Dustman's portal, find our way to the hive, and go through the portal that's at the bar that we were at. Unless, Torun, do you know of a portal that's closer than that? Because, I mean, you literally just came from Avernus.
Wouldn't it be faster to go through Simba's portal? I mean, I'm just saying we wouldn't have to deal with the whole Dustman thing. And possibly...
Well, if Simba's portal is 7 days away, the Dustman's portal is 3 days away. Unless, Torun, do you have... Where did you come from?
Well, I kind of got a special circumstances, as it's called. Considering Dragath wanted me back ASAP. So,
Yeah.
shoot, here.
Sending stone? Sending stone? Yeah?
It's a sending stone and a plane shift scroll.
Oh.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, we don't have a
the
tuning
key.
fork, yeah.
Great.
Torun, I very much appreciate this. Did he happen to give you a tuning fork and or password to get to Avernus? Because it's kind of protected against planar transport.
I thought you guys had the tuning fork.
We do not. We have one to Acheron.
Yeah, we have one to Acheron. We have one to here.
Death of Innocence.
Unless we're forgetting something, Brian. Like, did we get a tuning fork, or?
No. Alright, give me a second to figure out what kind of tuning fork you need.
I'm gonna say it's an iron tuning fork, F sharp.
Well, you're gonna have to commission
I thought it was a copper
iron
tuning
tuning fork of F sharp.
In Death of Innocence? I don't think we would. Would there be somebody who can make one?
Yeah, a blacksmith.
They're really that easy to make?
Yeah. Like,
Huh.
you have to make sure that you get the note right, but, like, tuning forks are pretty easy to Especially if it's made of iron.
The problem is that it's the note specifically in the material that you don't know,
Yeah.
or that you would need to know.
Oh,
So in this case, Torun would know this. Did you get to Avernus? I mean,
Yeah.
so is it really an iron F sharp?
sure.
How do you spell Acheron?
Acheron.
So the iron tuning fork with G goes to Acheron.
The iron tuning fork with E major goes to Death of Innocence.
I'm pretty sure I have that on me.
Which, yes, you have on you, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to get here. And plus, I gave it to you. Then iron tuning fork of F sharp gets us to Avernus.
And if it's slightly off, that gets you probably closer to your destination anyway.
It was, in fact, so off, it was actually just a D. And it teleported us 5 feet to the left.
All right. It will take a day for a tuning fork to be made.
Okay.
And what is the tuning fork for Death of Innocence? That was an
Iron,
iron one?
E major.
You know, I bet Granny would get us here.
Nah.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just wait a day and suspense.
Mm-hmm. Packing up all of our stuff from Doran's inn.
Uh,
How is the temple looking? Can I get a refill on my holy water?
can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm not sure how because I have no internet connection.
The power of Helm. Things are possible.
All right. So yes, you guys will commission a tuning fork. It will cost you guys.
Well, now we can't hear
There
you.
is a specific. Hello.
Hello.
You were cutting
Sorry.
in and out. You said it will cost you a, and then cut out.
All right. It'll cost you 250 gold pieces.
I have 20.
All right, let's put our money together.
Yeah. I have
And
20.
before you say, Brian, why are you making it cost so much? Because it has to cost
Yeah,
that much.
that's the material cost.
What if it was like a one-time deal, like the Saviors of Death of Innocence?
So I have 20.
What? Just breaks on use? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. 25 gold pieces, and it'll break on use.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take your finest tuning fork, sir.
All right, Simba, you ready to visit hell?
I guess I'll travel with you. There could be things for me to learn there.
Sorry, you,
Oh, there's a
you
lot
did
to
say
learn.
you wanted to come with us and like experience the world and stuff like that, right? Like I'm not just like making an assumption. Okay.
We
I'll
gave you time
take
to
that
think it
as a
over.
yes.
You've decided yes.
All right.
Welcome to the
Yes.
world of an adventurer. You are immediately thrust into
Literal hell.
a big hell and also a major scandal in the hellish bureaucracy.
Yep.
All right. You will hold together
Mhm.
and activate the tuning fork.
Volk, if you could subtract 25 gold from however much gold you have on you.
I did do that.
Okay,
Actually, I'll
thank you.
subtract 5.
And
Amy and subtract the other 20.
if you could
Fuck you.
kindly roll to see if that plane shift spell works.
Hey Simba, you're like a pretty good cleric, right? You can cast a spell.
I
Right.
don't think I have much doubt. I mean, I can cast a spell, but
Yeah, but it's on your spell list, so like you're more proficient.
I don't
but
think
you
it
can't
is not
cast
yet.
it.
But I think
yeah,
he
it's
has.
not. That's a I'm that's a 7th level
It
spell.
has to be. It has to be on your spell list, and you have to be able to cast it in order for
Oh.
you to be able to not have to roll anything for it.
So what is your proficiency plus your charisma?
Well, for him it'd be plus wisdom, wouldn't it? If it's a cleric thing.
Well, right now he's just trying to cast it. So when he
Oh.
uses his main spellcasting modifier.
Gotcha.
It'd be 4 proficiency and 5 charisma.
Yep. All right, you have a +1 bonus over Volk. I entrust you with our life. Please don't roll a 1.
Okay, so what? I just roll a d20 for it, or d20 plus?
D20 plus 9 is how Brian did it last time.
Well,
Woo!
Yay!
And you will teleport
Directly to the Bronze Citadel. Perfect.
to Bator. Avernus.
Ah, man, this place. I didn't miss it at all.
yeah, this place
And
looks kinda-
we will end the session there.
And we're back in the 9 hells.
Ugh.
Fuck.
The anti-party only has 13 days over you guys.
Look, we can make it up. All we have to do is walk from one side of Avernus to the other. How long could that take?
That's on a vehicle.
Yep. So like 60 days. By the time we get there, Damien's contract will be done and we'll be free people.
Yep. Mm-hmm. 3 people.
That's what I said, isn't it?
Melissa, the more you highlight the Bronze Citadel, the less likely I am to go and teleport you there.
Why would we?
All right, you're tapping on Tiamat's lair. You really want to go there?
I want to go see George at the Pillar of Bones.
George is dead.
The unicorn?
Yeah, but we killed him outside of Avernus, so he should reform at the Pillar of Bones.
You killed him in Bator still.
I mean, did we though?
Yeah,
Fuck.
he's dead.
Did we really?
Also, he wasn't a devil. All right, blips.
Blip a Mimus.
Yay.